This is Lauren at the Banjaxed Podcast, and today I'm here with
Cameron
and
Gershom,
and we have some special guests here today. So we actually have
Rocky THB
and
Jules Nation.
so obviously some more special guests on this episode. Got a few topics of discussion, a few things we want to get into. Of course, we want to interview these guys that we're here with at the minute. I'll hand over to Cameron. I think he's got a better idea of the flow of what we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, just talk about the local music scene really. There's a lot of new music has came out since the last one, because really we did it and then lots of news broke.
As soon as we left.
Yeah.
And again, we'll just mention it because Rocky just dropped this project. This will be the fourth time we've mentioned it in the podcast. We might as well mention it again.
Appreciate that.
So go check that out, guys. Setbacks, SoundCloud. Check out Rocky's Instagram and find it through there. All produced by Jules Nation.
Yeah.
And it is phenomenal. Like one of the best projects we've seen.
Appreciate that, man.
So like, have you been listening to any new music in the scene? Like,
Well, if I'm honest, as in like local wise, local wise, the kind of artists I've been, well, me personally, you see, whenever I'm here in the studio, this is literally just me and him. We just sit down and focus on what we're doing at the minute. I don't really have time to listen to like local artists and stuff. But lately, the person I've really been like trying to listen to is what's his name? Soaks.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
dropped a new track today, actually.
that I haven't got to listen to
Yeah,
it. We should mention that it's we're recording on the 21st. So if
4 days
we
this podcast is
anything,
dropping.
Yeah.
dropping on Sunday.
Nice.
So if anything comes out between, that's why it's not been spoken about.
Like Gershom's song.
Like my song.
The
Tomorrow.
last song, what was the last song I listened to from him? It's called
Is it that?
Scurry. That's the last one I listened to from
Oh,
him. Yeah.
Soaks is really interesting.
Yeah.
He's-
Interesting.
you have to get your ear tuned to him though. I think not everyone's gonna like him immediately, but he'll grow on you like real quick.
Oh no!
I think.
As soon as I heard Scurry, I'm like, oh shit, this guy's got flow.
Yeah.
It's just
He's talented,
yeah.
like for sure. What about you, Jules? Have you been listening to any sort of local music?
Of course, you work with a lot of artists, so
Mention that briefly.
Yeah, I've always got my ear out listening to a lot of people actually. I'm always trying to find new artists as well. There's a track that's out, Jasper and
Jasper
Jordan. Out of 2G.
Hey, that one.
yeah,
It's a good
That
track.
one.
It's a good video too.
Yeah, the video by Red Active.
Red Active.
yeah. Well, the beat's fire. I like the beat. The track itself is nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the whole way they actually did that music video, it's just like you see Jasper there on the mic, just like he's doing a performance and all that shit, and then out of nowhere you just see Jordan just there sitting down chilling.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
quite professional looking. I think it's
Yeah,
almost you
the
would see that
lighting's
from
really
top.
good on, so it is.
Yeah.
Red Active are some of the best. If you've ever seen the Lovesick video Jasper made as well, it's like him on a beach. That was made by Red Active as well.
I think I've seen that before. Yeah.
It's a good track that as well. It's one of my favourites from him.
Yeah.
What else dropped?
Next Gen had a lot of stuff come out.
Nxstalgic just dropped. Nxstalgic's
Yeah.
90s flow came out
That's
the day we
yeah,
recorded
Yeah,
this.
I love that song.
Nxstalgic, my boy.
Real good track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
90s Flow is one of my favourite songs I've heard from local artists.
Did you listen to his song that he dropped called
Chameleon?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a good track
really
as well.
good, it was.
I like them both, but 90s Flow got me.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
just
it's
caught my ear. So
yeah,
I
right.
hope that was going to be the style of. I assume he's probably going to be doing a project. You know, I hope that's the style which he goes with.
When was the last time I was talking to him? The last time I was talking to him, he's Nxstalgic is the type of guy he'd probably write like 5-6 songs in a week. And he's just like, he just records and he just stops and he just listens to them and he just like
Keeps working.
It's like, this one sounds alright, but I might just scrap that. That one sounds alright, I might keep that or keep bits and pieces of that. But he works hard, trust me.
I've never met him, but I've seen him perform at Culture Nights with it. I think it was really good dance. I enjoyed it. That's like the first time I've heard him.
Daniel August dropped this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had 2 songs. We had
Yep.
Santan.
Santan Dave with Santan Dave, yeah, it's the name of one artist.
And
was that
3. I can't remember the name. I did
Yeah,
write it
I
down.
think it was.
This makes for good listening material. Like, let's not think about it when moving past. But that was a good track. I really like Santan Dave.
And then Dana dropped her song, My G.
My G.
A real cool
Super
video.
catchy, so it is. It has a real SZA vibe to it.
This is one thing I was actually thinking to myself the other day as well. You see, as much as you see the guys doing their thing in the music industry, do not, and I repeat, do not sleep on the girls that are doing their thing. I see them doing their thing. It's like you've got Dana, you've got Jazana. I was actually speaking to her during the week as well.
Yeah, I seen you shout her out a couple of times on Instagram.
What's her name?
There's a
Gemma
girl.
Bradley.
There's a girl, Milky Bar. She's over in Newcastle, but she's from Belfast, so she is. And I like a lot of her stuff. So it's very unique. So it is.
Yeah.
There's a few more. There's actually a few more. See, what gets me is that there's a lot of artists here who ain't known. Amazing. Like I've worked with so many artists that come through, but it's that they refuse to be.
They don't want to be.
I don't know what they're waiting for, but the truth is, if the music scene just keeps going in a positive way, it will attract these artists. They will come, and then you will have a scene. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel a bit like at the minute, like Belfast, the artists that are out. Yeah, I applaud them. Keep doing what you're doing because you're inspiring and like more artists that come out. Do you know what I mean? And it's good to see a good diverse. Do you know what I mean? Like, to tell you the truth, Daniel August is an artist that I've been looking at for a long time. Do you know what I mean?
I've known that guy since before I knew he could even rap. That guy's like family. And then when I hear that he can rap, I'm like, all right, let me check out what you got. And that was when he dropped. This was years ago. I think this was 2015, 2016 when he dropped a joint mixtape with Nxstalgic called Negro Blanco.
Yes, I remember that.
I heard that and I'm just there like, oh shit. That's actually how I knew Nxstalgic as well.
Oh really? It's all through Daniel?
Yeah.
That's how I came into Nxstalgic as well.
He is a big figure in the local scene actually. You see that?
Nxstalgic, he came through to the studio one time before with Daniel and he had this freestyle. I can't even tell you what it was, but it was just absolutely amazing. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready, like, do you know what I mean? It was a session for Daniel. He came through and then he brought his friend with him, so he brought Nxstalgic and just kind of introduced him to me, like, do you know what I mean? And Nxstalgic said that he could rap. I was like, go ahead. He just blew my head off.
Daniel's got a real smooth flow. It's like real smooth. Like
Daniel?
Daniel.
Yeah, I would say to anybody sleeping on Daniel, don't.
Daniel August.
Just don't, because
it's I am Daniel August on Instagram if you want to check him out. Spotify as well. You guys, I think you had a beat produced by Lee Elliott. I know his project came out a couple weeks back, but Lee Elliott's talented as well.
On that EP Setbacks, there's actually two that were produced.
Oh, there's two different tracks
by him. There's Wishful Thinking, and that's the title track as well called Setbacks. That's actually the first beat he's ever given to me. And then at first when I heard it, I'm just there. When he sent it to me, I'm just there like, oh shit, what am I gonna do with this? And then it took me like a couple of months, and I'm like, no, anything I'm doing on this beat in particular, it has to be perfect. I have to work extra hard on this one regardless. So it took me like, I think, half a year just to write that song alone.
Crazy.
And Wishful Thinking now, it's like, when I heard it, I'm the type of person, I mainly write whenever it's like nighttime. As I said, I'm nocturnal as well. It's like, I'll sit down in my room, I'll be playing instrumentals, or if I hear one in particular, the lyrics just come to me. And I'm just there like, just write it down. Because when I heard the beat for Wishful Thinking, I'm just there like, no, I can do this justice. Sent it there, played it in, recorded it here in the studio. Jules said he wanted to jump on the hook, and that's how we came about it.
We talked about that before actually. I was saying that I really actually like the vocals that Jules dropped on that track. I think it added a good bit to give it.
Do you know how long it took him just to find the vocals for that?
I've written so many hooks for that track. That's to say, that's probably my heart. Like, it's like I would write a track and then I would write so many different hooks for the tracks. Do you know what I mean? Because normally my tracks would start off with the hooks first. I start with the hooks before I do anything. Do you know what I mean? And then I'd have an idea of what I want the track to be about. So obviously the hooks down. But then I would hear the track again and then I'd be like, maybe try this idea. And then bam, I'll do that. And then I get another idea and I'll be like, bam. So in my head I'd be like, you know what, let me record 4 ideas and then I'll pick out the best ones. And it ends up being 8 ideas. And then eventually it's like, an artist will come and be like, just use this one.
That's what you do.
Do you know what I mean? So like, I just try and be as diverse as I can. Do you know what I mean? I always believe that, like, you measure, like my dad always used to say, measure 15 times and drop once. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So in a sense, me creating all the different hooks is me measuring. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
works.
An artist that's released a song is the Or North.
Oh, yeah.
Nath, there's no.
North.
Nath,
yeah,
I don't know if I think
Isn't the
creating
one that made the
space.
song Love Got
He's
Me?
nice.
What's it?
Not too sure.
Love's
I-
Got Me High.
I don't know. I
think
don't know
so.
that one.
Is that the song?
No, that's not. That's not Nath.
What's that?
Is it Nath on the throw?
No, that's
That's
Afro.
Afro. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
Oh, Nath,
okay.
yes, is the one with Love Got Me High.
You always
Yes,
say-
correct. Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. that
Oh,
is
you're
it.
all correct. Yeah, he dropped a new track called House.
Dior's House freestyle.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's very
Yeah, it's got
Sort of
very
underground
experimental
style.
style. So it does.
Yeah,
like,
it's
That's the
distinct.
thing. I need to listen to local artists a lot more because I listen to a few, but I don't want to listen to too much because then it's just like I'll be more focused on what they're doing
Yes,
and
not
more
what you're
like
doing.
I've got
what
that same
I'm
influence
doing.
myself.
Because at the minute I've got so many crazy ideas on what I need to do for music because like I say, when I dropped Setbacks, that was literally just a warm up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Originally, it was supposed to be 5 songs.
Mhm.
I know somebody in here is pissed because they didn't get 5 songs, but I pushed it down to 3 because one of the songs I'm going to be releasing that closer to the summer, and there was another one on that one. Well, the beat wasn't the very best, so I just had to scrap the whole song entirely. So
Oh yeah, no, wait, where is this the one that you had a snippet on your Instagram just yesterday? I think we were
That-
talking about that before.
snippet. Oh,
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
that's that beat that we were working on yesterday. You see, even that as well. Yeah, Jules made the beat for that one, and he sent it to me. I wrote it I wrote a song for it. It took me about 2 days to make that song because obviously during the week you still got your 9 to 5,
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it took me 2 days to get that done. I got it done, and then came back here in the studio, and then he's just there like, hang on, hold up a second. I can do a lot more for this beat, and I'm just there like, oh, here we go again. He did it, and then I stopped, and I'm like, you know what? Now that the beat sounds like this, I think I could just scrap the whole song and just start from fresh. So that's literally just me.
Yeah.
I'll have like 1,000 ideas, and I'll only pick like 10.
One. Oh yeah. And then
It's just
got you. I think we spoke to Leo about that as well before, and I think he sort of said the same thing. There's a lot of he doesn't want outside influence in his music. He wants it to be him and all Leo.
Yeah, I get that, but then I also think that there needs to be a lot of support between local artists. So like maybe having support them. So obviously you do listen to some people, but I understand. But I think having support from local artists, like supporting each other, I think that's a really good way to help build.
Definitely do though. He supports, he shouts out. It's the same way that we would. Like I see that happening quite frequently.
Leo's a good artist, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like his flow. I really do like his
What
I
was
mean,
it?
I feel like
Free,
you can
was
go
it
for-
Free Dreadlock Champion?
Freeform Dreadlock Champion.
Hey,
It's a sick video on that.
had the nastiest flow on
Yeah.
that. Oh, big ups, Leo.
Truth be
Yeah.
told, even now, like that intro is phenomenal.
I couldn't like it. I think it's called. I can never pronounce it, but like that's such a song.
We thought that we went to the Creating a Space show the other day and we met Mabfield. So shout out to Mabfield to record the podcast. He said to us that he was concerned about sounding like the whitest guys ever, and I feel like
every podcast.
Every podcast, somehow you have to do something.
Banjaxed, the whitest podcast in the world.
That's bad.
Who else has dropped music? Is there anyone else that we?
There's no one that I just took these notes today, so did because I was kind of busy this week.
Oh,
But,
we've been crazy.
yeah, because that moves on to the next point. Is
Tomorrow. And GK is dropping a track. That's Friday, so it'll be 2 days in the past. We're dropping a track and a video on Banjaxed on the Facebook, Instagram, and then YouTube. The video will be on.
I'll be on that tomorrow because I told him I've been waiting for this.
Yes.
I've been waiting for this.
And he's also performing tomorrow, so he is at McHugh's Bar.
Oh yeah.
Opening for Victor Morale. Shout out to Victor Morale. Shout out to Romeo
Romeo, Juliet, I think it is, and American Guinea Pig are the 2 other
That's
acts.
the ones. Thank you for the save. Shout out to them as well. So tomorrow night, 22nd, gonna be dope.
And there's a few more shows. You've got another show coming up.
St. Patrick's night.
Yeah, Leo's performing at it.
Big Blaze.
Big Blaze. obviously UGK.
Friend of the podcast, Jordan Paulto.
Yeah.
Paulto's performing too, is he?
Yeah.
UC is his Instagram handle now.
Yeah.
That is in Boombox, correct?
Yeah.
So lots of local shows coming up as well.
And then obviously the game's coming up. That's real soon. So it is 5th of March. Just putting that out there again. Then there's the lecture show, which is the 15th of March, I believe. That's in the queues.
Lots of local artists will be coming through to that.
Yeah.
Like you guys should, have you guys been doing a lecture before? Or do you go to many local shows?
I need to go there.
You should. It's real good to network. Like it's good to talk to.
I want to see like the local scene and artists a lot more.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see how they like turn up, because last year as you were saying, I was at Culture Festival, and I didn't get to see all the artists, but I saw like Nxstalgic, I saw a bit of David's performance, I saw Jordan, I saw Tanaka, and I saw Major Dan as well, and a few others, the ones that were performing around at City Hall as well. And they were doing their thing, but I want to see like the ones that I see on the net, like doing their thing, you know.
See that?
We were at Creative Space.
It was
show
super
somewhere.
hype.
Yeah, it was on Thursday. Last Thursday.
Last Thursday.
And it was a great show. So it was, met lots of people. That's where we met Matt Fields. And met that's the first time I met the North. Yeah.
And some Deadbeat as well. That's his name. He actually opened up his set with spoken word poetry, and then moved into a track at the end of the set. So it was quite interesting when he opened a show. Like, it was pretty unique.
I looked up his Instagram, and he has actually quite a few awards for poetry. So he is a spoken word poet, but he is like it seems like he's transitioning into like a hip hop sound.
Yeah.
Dope. Check him out.
Yeah.
To do that.
And then there's Blacklist Collective. They were also performing.
They were the headlining act.
Yeah. Really good. It was a really good show. So it was good to meet lots of people, and the Menagerie. It's a really cool spot.
I've never been to the Menagerie. Like,
It used to be. It was like a converted paint shop. It says, and it's like, I don't think it's been open that long. It's quite small, cramped space, like, but it's interesting. Anything else? Any other local stuff, or is that?
No, that's basically
the base of it.
On the local stuff. Yeah.
I think at this point we can just dive into some more about you guys then.
Yes.
So, what I want to know
So-
first of all is Gatelock Entertainment. Is it Gatelock Entertainment?
Yep,
Correct?
that's
Yeah.
correct, yes.
Let me know about that. What is Gatelock Entertainment? Who came up with the idea? And
Right, Gatelock Entertainment was basically I've been producing for years, like since I was 18. I've been producing, and I've worked in so many different studios before I came to Belfast. And what I noticed, that people that were coming into the studios, that guys I was either engineering or drumming for, because I was a drummer for years, a session drummer. They were always money orientated or backed by a bigger label, but like listening to like people like Tupac, like, do you know what I mean, and Biggie, and do you know what I mean, you start realizing that a lot of talent doesn't come from the polished places, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm from Forest Gate, which is East London, do you know what I mean? So that area is like pretty big in the grime scene, do you know what I mean? So you would have, like in my area, I would see on a daily basis people like DW, who actually attended my school. Do you know what I mean? So you see him and his crew. Then you'd see people like Kano if you went around to Bowl. Do you know what I mean? And then going to Stratford, you used to see like, these were the days when Crazy T was running around, do you know what I mean? And you have Temper T as well, he's always freestyling the same way. Like, you see these guys all the time. And they weren't from like, if you know Forest Gate, it's not no nice place, do you know what I mean? So I wanted to set up something, or to create something that anybody could go to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When the troubles happened in London, when they had the riots, not that, a few years back.
students one, was it? All the student riots?
Yeah.
Right. So I got asked to go over, and I ended up running a workshop, which basically was like a music oriented workshop. So we were getting people off the streets, so youngsters off the street before they were getting nicked.
Yeah.
And we were like, listen, do this, take this music, just do this, instead of doing that, right? Do you know what I mean? So we're just trying to distract them. So it worked. So we had a lot of young people in. So that's where the Gatelock came from, because I'm from Forest Gate, and I wanted to lock something down that everybody could use. So I just thought, we'll just create Gatelock Entertainment.
That sounds
So
dope.
I've been using that ever since. So basically, I've been going around just looking in some of the most poorest areas, just the most destitute places sometimes, and you'll find some roses. you'll always find roses. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Tupac always says, like, he was the rose that came from the concrete. Do you know what I mean? If you understand that metaphor, it's a very hard thing to do. Do you know what I mean? So picture somebody who has talent, but opportunity is just never around.
Yeah.
So if you create something that everybody is welcome to, then you're sure to find talent, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
So how long have you been based in Belfast then?
I've been in Belfast a while. Actually, I've been in Belfast for about 12 years now. I was doing music. I came here doing music, and I did that for about 4.5 years. Finished that contract, and then kind of stopped. And then I was actually doing a lot of MCing around the town.
Oh, that's
so I MC'd all over, well, not just around town, like all over Belfast, all over Northern Ireland. Really.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I did that for about 3 years. And then I was just like, do you know what? I need to do more. Because it was just me. Like, there was me, and I was with a crew called Skank FM back in the day, right? So it was like, minus Skank FM, it was like, there was nobody doing stuff. A lot of artists that are around now, they were too young at the time.
Yeah,
so,
we seen the same thing, that there wasn't really much going on.
Like, they were young. I remember seeing these artists, like Jordan and all. I remember seeing these guys when they were younger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get me? But obviously they weren't of an age that they could do something. Do you know what I mean? So to me, I kind of felt lonely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, like, let me sit back and then create. Let me just focus on this Gatelock Entertainment. So in that time, I just felt like, let me just build some beats up. So I started picking artists out and then just started spending time with them. Just one by one, just
narrowing down the style.
Just one by one, producing beats for them, and then
it's like you spoke about before we started the podcast. Like, your goal is to make it sound professional. You don't want to hear any extra. You want to hear exactly what you're here to listen to, and I think that comes across really well in Rocky's project and Setbacks. How did you guys come to meet then? I know we talked a bit about it before. So how did you guys first get in contact?
Let me see if I could remember. It actually came by chance, if I'm honest. What was it? Last year I think it was in August, there was it was basically a pre-culture festival that was going on that ran on Bachelor Road.
Okay.
I think I got my invite from Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that he's gonna be performing down there, I should come through. I'm like, alright, cool. Went round there and I saw Ellie. I was just there talking to him, and then I saw Jules right next to him. But at the minute, I didn't know who this guy was.
Yeah.
So it's just there, like, I'm just there talking to Ellie and all this good stuff. Then afterwards, after the show, I think like it was like a couple of days later, I was just walking. I think I was walking back from the shop, and then I saw this guy because I had my earphones on, and he's just there. I don't know, he's just there like, hey, I heard you rapping, because I was actually doing like some freestyle while I was walking down. And he's like, oh, I hear you rapping, do you like music and all this stuff? So I'm like, yeah, I do a bit of music here and there, but I'm trying to do like professional stuff, but nothing's really going on at the minute. And he's just like, oh, I know this producer you could talk to and whatnot. This guy, I think it was Paul.
Yeah.
He lived like, he didn't even live that far from me. It's like, I think he lived about 5 or 6 doors down. Mm-hmm. I'm just there like, all right, cool. Set it up, and I'll go chat to the guy and this or whatever. And on that same day, I gave Jules a shout, and then we set a date, and then booked the date, came down here, and then as soon as the guy opened the door, I stopped and I'm just there like, it's you! It's just there like, yeah. And that's pretty much just how it kicked off. And then I think,
so it's basically just, it came out of you just rapping on the street, just walking down.
That's literally how
What are the odds of that? How long ago was that then, just for reference?
That was Culture Night. Not Culture Night. It was
the pre-culture.
I forgot what you called it. It was done by a guy called JJ Entertainment.
Yeah.
And it was like a culture festival for like summer.
Yeah.
And there was like quite a few Nxstalgic and
Nxstalgic was there. Tanaka was there.
Culture merch.
Jordan.
Yeah, Culture merch. That's it.
That guy. What's his name again? Nathan.
Jordan.
He was there as well.
Jordan performed as well.
Yeah. It was just that, literally by chance.
Crazy.
So you could basically say, if I didn't go to that culture festival, I wouldn't even met this guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like, that is mad.
That's sick.
So another thing I wanted to mention, and I think this goes for both of you, because I know quite clearly where some of your influences are. Like, J. Cole's a huge one. He was talking to us before. He has the crown from Born Sinner on his arm, and he's
also wearing a Dreamville hoodie
currently. Just to point that out. But what are some of your guys' biggest influences? I know you say you try to not listen to like a lot of local music to inspire you, but I'm sure there's some inspiration that get you where you are.
Biggest influence, well, besides the obvious, J. Cole would actually, if I'm honest, it'd be, well, right now, it'd be the kind of artist that I actually know, because I see artists out there, they're doing their thing. That actually gets me motivated to keep my head down and work hard. And if I see like an artist, he's shining, I mean like proper shining, he's up there. Me personally, I have no, usually you'd feel like, oh shit, that guy's up there and I'm just here doing my thing right here.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's going to take for me to get there. I don't think like that. If I see a guy up there and he's shining, I congratulate the guy. I'll support the guy 100%. And in my mind now and in my head, I'm just there like, he's out there doing his thing. I know I can do my thing as well and be the best person that I can be. And that's just...
It's a positive outlook to have, definitely. And what about you, Jules?
I've got quite a few. Like, I listen to everybody. I love music. I just love music in general. Do you know what I mean? My passion for music is ridiculous. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I don't care who the artist is. I'll give you a listen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I listen to there's a lot of local artists. They're actually pretty influential. Some of them, if they keep doing what they're doing, they will be. I can see them influencing a whole next generation, which is pretty good. There are major artists out there that I like, but to me, it's mainly like I like. Truth is, it's weird. Like I come from I like smooth tones, right? I like singers. I like rappers that have nice sounding vocals. Do you know what I mean? If you can deliver them, that's really good. If you got lyrics and flow, that's a big bonus. If your vocal sounds nice, you've won me already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's like I like a lot of R&B singers, but I also like a lot of like hip hop as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I like producers who fuse.
Yeah.
So I'm a very I don't follow the rules. I'm not that type of. I'm not saying that like I'm some rebel. I'm not a rebel. You know what I mean? But
would you hear an artist and that would inspire you really to make the beat? So that you make a beat for someone, or
exactly. Because like, for example, like I've worked with quite a few. I don't want to I'm not one of them guys like name drop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just work with people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, if I know I'm going to be working with you, like I will be until I see you, I'll be listening to a lot of your stuff, right? So I can kind of get an essence of you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you come through to my studio, I'm probably gonna want to have a little rap with you for a while. Do you know what I mean? So I can kind of feel you. Do you know what I mean? I want to know what you're about. I want to. Do you know what I mean? And then bang, once I've got that, I know that if I start building you something, you're always gonna like it because I reckon I'm building you. From listening to your stuff, through talking to you and getting your personality. Do you know what I mean? Bang, I feel like I'm going to deliver something that you like. And I'm one of them producers as well, where I think what works with the people I work with is that I'm flexible. So I'm not just going to hand you something and be like, that's that, work to that.
Yeah.
You're done then.
Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be like, this is what I've got for you, try it out. And they go, could you try this? Could you bend this? No problem. Like, the whole aim is to be malleable, innit? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I have to, like, producing, the way I see it is, producer works, artist comes in, the artist leaves happy. The artist has to leave happy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If they're not, then it's a wrap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get me? Like, so I need to capture your essence within whatever time you book. So if you book an hour, it gives me an hour to get your essence and try and get it. So my influence really is everybody.
Cool. Like, you sort of you're like mixing and matching, and I think that's individuality as well. Like you're using your inspirations, you're coming together to make one thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I always add myself to it as well. Always. No matter what it is, I'll always add flavor to it. Do you know what I mean? So that's what gives it. I think that's what gives it that uniqueness. But like again, it doesn't matter what I build. My main focus is the clarity. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
It doesn't matter. I could have 110, 15 different instruments playing, or do you know what I mean? 15 million different instruments going. But if you're not hearing them, what is the point? Do you know what I mean? So again, I just focus on the clarity, make sure the production is as tight as I can. Do you know what I mean? So that when vocals go on top, it's again the same thing. Whatever effect you're after, we create the effect and then we try and clear it down. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we just work.
Sounds good, man.
Just work. So, is there anything else that you guys are working on at the minute? Obviously, we know you're working on you're dropping a track near the end of summer. You're working on some more of the tracks that you're supposed to drop.
I don't want to give too much away, but at the minute, fuck it, I'll just tell you. at the minute, I'm gonna be working on a mixtape. But with this mixtape now, I'm gonna be taking my own sweet time making it.
That's cool, yeah.
Because
I don't really feeling rushed.
Yeah, because I don't really want it to be rushed like I did with Setbacks.
Yeah.
Because with Setbacks, I felt like it came at the right time, but at the same time, it's just like, I could have done so much more to it. But
that was the thing. Which like whoever heard it, it was really a project. But I wish there was some more because I wanted to hear some more.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt after I released it. Because after I released it, you you just release your project. You just get like, yeah, I hope this does well. I released it, and then I was literally like this for about an hour, and I'm like, I could have done so much more with that. But it's all good. This mixtape that I'll be working on, I'm gonna have like a good few producers on it as well.
Nice.
Hopefully I could get like a couple features as well. Not to really spoil anything or whatever, but at the minute, you already know you got Jules Nation on that.
Yeah.
One of them is actually gonna be produced by Ellie as well.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another is gonna be produced by Mateo.
Oh,
Nice.
There's gonna be a couple on it produced by an American producer called B-Mac. So actually a track produced by him as well. I think I'm gonna be releasing that maybe in the next, probably the end of next month. If I'm honest.
It's pretty soon.
Yeah.
Are you doing any videos for the setback?
Any videos? Actually, I'm thinking of doing a video for that mid-March.
Nice.
So yeah, I won't say exactly how it's gonna go down, but let's just say it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna work. It's gonna work.
So who were the producers on Setbacks? Obviously Jules.
The producers on Setbacks was Jules and Ellie.
They did all three songs, yeah.
What was it? There was Wishful Thinking, that was produced by Ellie, and mixed and mastered by Jules. Setbacks by Ellie, mixed and mastered by Jules, and Nocturnal. That one now I got that beat off BeatStars, so I could just say produced by BeatStars. I don't know exactly. I don't know the name. I don't know the name of the motherfucker that made that.
Was that the first song you ever did? Because that was the first one I heard. So it was
Nocturnal.
I don't know. I think Nocturnal was the first one you actually recorded.
It was actually remember that one I did over a Drake beat, but I just couldn't drop that one.
Yes.
That one. That was actually the first song I recorded in the studio, but Nocturnal is the very first song I actually released. Believe it or not, it only took me a night to write that.
Oh, really?
It's actually pretty cool. It took a night as
I
well.
wrote that one night, I recorded it the next time, I recorded it in one take.
Yeah, he literally came in.
He did say earlier.
I literally just came in and just, that was it.
He said you're always prepared, like come in, you're ready to go basically.
Yeah, me, I always like to mentally prepare myself before I turn up at the studio, because say I have a studio session today, when I wake up in the morning, if I ain't got shit to do, it's just like, I just like to have a little meditation with myself. It just like calms me down and gets me relaxed, and me as well, I always walk with my notebook. Like, I write lyrics down in my notebook and all that. Don't get me wrong, it's not beside me, but you see that bag over there, open it, and it's right there.
Yeah.
I never go anywhere without it. So, I'm always like prepared. That's just me, because I'll be just walking down the street and I'll just be like, I got an idea for a song, and then bam, I'll just write it down, because I'll forget about it. Then 2 2s later, I'll go back to it and I'm like, cool. Flip the notebook out and then bam, that's a song right there.
That's cool.
That's the type of person I am.
I will say as well, actually, that Nocturnal dropped about 3 days before we launched Banjaxed, and you were one of our first 30 followers, and you messaged me, and you were like, what's the label about? That's basically how we started being in contact. So since we launched Banjaxed, Rocky's been one of the artists that's been on our radar immediately.
Yeah.
So we're glad to actually have you on the podcast today, man, as well as you, Jules, because it gives us an idea of the man behind the scenes as well as obviously the man that's on the mic.
Yeah.
What about you, Jules? Anything you're working on at the minute? Obviously you're working on Rocky's projects. You said you don't want to name drop people, but I'm going to make you name drop some people if you are.
I've definitely got a few projects coming. I mean, what I do on the Gatelock is mainly production. As Jules Nation, I'm an artist myself, so I've got a few stuff, but I was kind of notorious for being reclusive. Do you know what I mean? But what it was, it's just because where I've been MCing, and then I need to take some time out and focus on some little men that I have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Because life is love, really. Do you know what I mean? So I had to spend time with them, but really I had to get material. So they've given me enough. Do you know what I mean? My oldest one's 9 now, so it's giving me enough material to write about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I dropped a track not that long ago, just before Christmas, called Man on Top, which featured an artist called Mega. And I'm working on some new stuff. In the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna drop another track, and then probably about 2 weeks after that, I'm gonna drop an EP on everybody.
Okay.
Keep your eyes.
That song as well, Man on Top. You can actually listen to that one on Spotify.
Yeah, I had listened to it on Spotify. Yeah, I was going to ask if it was the same track.
Jules Nation featuring Mega. Shouts to Mega.
Yep.
It's a banger. Shouts to my G.
Do either of you have any shows or anything coming up?
At the minute, I'm not really Well, I'm looking at. I might be appearing in a few nightclubs soon.
Yeah.
I'm in talks at the minute. I'm trying to talk to a few people at the minute.
That's actually what we were doing last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
But what I'm looking at the minute, I'm trying to focus on Gatelock. So I've got a few artists that are in London at the minute. AJ. Like I said, I didn't want to name drop. You see what it is, right?
You fucked up now.
There's a reason to why I don't want to name drop, because I just want it to be like a shock factor. I just want, when I drop this, all these different artists, with all of these different artists on them, it's just gonna be like, bam, wow, where did they come from? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
it will just create more of a buzz on the scene. Anything I'm doing is more to help create a scene, to help create a buzz. Because here's the truth, I'm from London, do you know what I mean? But I've been here for a while. I've grown to really love this place, do you know?
Yeah.
I like the people, I like the vibe.
Yeah.
I like the fact that people work hard and play hard, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Musically over here, it's just something, it's just something else. And I truly believe that, I say, give this place 10, 20 years, this gonna be like the music central of the UK, do you know what I'm saying? I truly believe it. I don't think the UK I don't think the rest of the UK knows what's happening in Belfast.
Yeah. True,
You know what I mean? And I really do believe that once Belfast makes enough noise and the rest of the UK sees, the rest of the world will then see.
We've been preaching that for a long time.
It's rare to hear somebody that actually shares our opinion, because I think a lot of people actually disagree with that point. Obviously, we definitely do.
No, I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I've been here for a while, and I'm not just talking about vocal artists. I'm talking about actual musicians. And every musician that I have ever come across, I had the pleasure of working with, man, they just weren't great. They were just amazing. And I mean, that's just ridiculous. I've got to sessions in London where you come across people who are supposed to be really good at what they do, and they're not. But every person I have met here, whether it be a guitarist, or a person on a flute, or a violin, a fiddle, whatever instrument be, wherever it may be, they've just been exceptional. Do you know what I mean? So truly, I'm telling you now, if anyone's been sleeping on Irish music, Northern Irish music, they
need to wake up, because what was it? I moved over here. What was it? I moved over here when I was 18 from Jamaica, actually. Moved over here when I was 18. That was in 2012. And I moved over here. I honestly couldn't even tell you that people over here were interested in hip hop whatsoever. I moved over to London in 2014. That's where I really got into the whole grind scene and all that kind of stuff. So it's just I like the vibe from here. That's where I decided that's where I actually got my rhythm back for music. Because
that's strange, because I don't hear much grime influence in your music, so
well, I tend to be more of more of like the hip hop side, because growing up, hip hop was the main thing I listened to. I know in Jamaica it's just like you're supposed to you hear like reggae dancehall everywhere and all that stuff, but my love for hip hop came from, I think it was my uncle really, because usually when I was a kid, normally if he has a day off or even before he goes to work, he like flipping some CDs, and I know any young kid that's listening to this right now won't know what the fuck I'm talking about, like, but some cassette players and all that shit, and then you'd be hearing like some Nas, some Tupac and all that stuff. And the very first artist or even the very first album I physically owned was 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. That
was my first favorite album. So
that was the first album I've ever held in my hand, and I rinsed that for months.
Yeah,
that's where my love for hip hop came from. Obviously, I'm a big fan of J. Cole, but if I had to rewind the clock, it started with 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying, Nas's Illmatic, Tupac's All Eyes on Me, Biggie. Some nostalgia right there. But yeah, man, that's where my love for hip hop came from. And when I was over there in London, it's like the grime scene was live and all this stuff. So I'm just like, yo, I really need to get back into this music thing. So I started over there, and I started to do my thing back over there now. But it's just like over there you really have to know people. So there was literally no studio, no one I could actually go to and say like, yo, I want to book a studio session and this, that, whatever. Yeah. It was literally just me on a day off or even before I go to work, just be in my room, just like right now, practicing, and I just like record songs through my headphones. The one on my SoundCloud actually, the No Role Models J. Cole cover. Yeah. That was, I literally had a headset on and I just did it all in one take. There was no professionalism or anything like that. Yeah. It's just like, I look back at that now and I'm like, oh shit, I really should get rid of that. But I stop and I'm like, nah, that to me, that is a reminder that, yo, look at that and look at the Setbacks EP I have right now. Mm-hmm. The whole difference is just like the No Role Models cover. I did all that on my own, and now the EP, it just sounds more professional. I'm
For
just
sure.
Like, I'm gonna keep this one right here as motivation for me to show like, yo, this is where you're coming from, and just keep going.
Yeah.
We actually had a similar moment the other day. So Gershom 3 years ago dropped the project, and I made a video for him at that stage. We just finished last week shooting our video. Yeah. It was his first ever studio session. I went back and watched the video I made, listened to the music, and the gap in the music quality between that and hearing there, it's like 6-year-old making music and an adult making music.
I feel like I've been doing something
It felt weird, man. It felt weird actually. I
don't think I've ever seen that one either.
Yeah, it's not good. You won't.
Yeah, like the video, like now that the video's obviously coming out tomorrow, and the video, like the change in the whole.
It's just quality. It's just a big quality jump.
The sound of me, not meaning to build myself up, but like the progression is outrageous. I didn't really think that
crazy.
I progressed that much.
It's the same as what you're saying there. Like everyone, that's age ultimately. Like there's a big gap in age.
Wisdom in that sense.
Yeah, man, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, so it's good to pack your head with knowledge then.
J. Cole thing. So you're doing a J. Cole thing?
45. We should move into the album of the month, I think. We're going to talk about our album of the month at this stage. I think I gave you guys a bit of a heads up. We're going to be just not as detailed as we were before. Before we did like 40 minutes on Liquid Swords.
It was insane.
It wasn't even. I didn't even
I was
be there.
bored.
We just wanted to get through it. So we're going to flip that up. Obviously we've got guests here as well. We want to spend some time focusing on you. So we're pretty high on the time at the minute. So we just want to do a brief overview. What do you guys think of Good Kid, Mad City? Obviously it's Kendrick's real breakout record. Yeah, it is a real classic. Like
I really like that. I really did. I enjoyed that. Like it was almost like a drug.
I
don't think anybody was ready for it.
No,
I wasn't ready for that when it came out. The first track that came out on that one, it's like as in like the intro track. When I listened to it, it literally just reminded me of like what happens every day in the hood.
Yeah.
It's just like yo,
stories you can relate to.
Yeah, that was the thing about it. It was like it was very
like
there was gangster rap before really, and like it was very exaggerated with like killing people all the time. Whereas like Kendrick came with like an approach that was very
personal.
grounded.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was
personal.
a narrative, like
And
it was
it
him and his
felt
homies kind of in
completely
the
true.
Even
streets.
the song
Like,
is a very good track. I like that.
yeah.
track.
You believe everything he said in it, like that actually happened. So like
Because it's just mad.
It's the way that he tells you the story. Like he lures you in. Do you know what I mean?
it opens with him taking the van from his parents in the skit, and then he's like, "Where's my damn Domino's?" Like
That was funny. That's in there high as anything, and his mom just said like, see, he high as hell. He don't even care about his Domino's. And then I know it. Did somebody say Domino's?
first time I was into it, I was like pizza.
You worked at that time? Did you work Domino's?
I would have. Would I have been working Domino's? No, I think I would. I think
2011.
I would have been too young, but I would have been.
so too.
I obviously listened to it whenever I worked in Domino's. Then I just think when you're listening to it, you get such like a visual experience. I think part of that is because the story is similar to Boys in the Hood movie, so you kind of relate them in your mind. But like I don't know, like it's kind of you have a vision really with what he's saying, and you can picture it so clearly in your head. You feel like you're in the car with him and backstage freestyle.
100%.
He's able to narrate it very well. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way, like you got to think of the words that he uses. He's very descriptive. You know what I mean? Do you know? Like, to be honest with you, like I went to see him live when he performed the album in Dublin, and again it was like being like someone reading a book to you. He was like, he stood on stage. He was blah, blah, he was doing it, and it was like, man, I hear every word he's saying. Like it was almost like I was listening to him at home. Like it was, I don't know. That album is really good. Well thought out. Production behind it.
Gershon brought up the peer pressure, and see like the end of that track, just like the way he's like telling like the directions he's taking. Like you just feel like
never made a right, they made a left.
Yeah, you just feel like pressure builds. Like
I was
is he
listening to
getting
that. I was
happier?
like, oh shit, what the fuck's going down?
You feel like nervous.
I was like, yo,
it's like a horror movie or like a thriller type thing. In a movie, you almost
Like,
like it's
picture the
huge twist in this, and whenever we go into Sing About Me Dying of Thirst, is like that's the big pinnacle, that's the big action moment of the whole story.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like boom, he's dead, and now we're moving into this, and that's like a 9-10 minute track between the two songs. I think that's my favourite part of the album too, to be honest with you.
And there's a lot of parts in that song which I think relates to his next album in Butterfly. I see like a lot of similarities in like the story, what he's trying to point out in that. Moves into the next album, which I thought was a genius thing to do.
Yeah.
Really.
And that's like, I remember when that came out, everyone was like, this is insanely deep. And then 2 years later, he dropped to Bent Butterfly, and everyone was like, never mind.
So would you all agree it's probably his second best album? Because most people, I think,
it's
Butterfly
my
personally
favorite
I would say that
album.
too.
Yes, but it's the second
It's not,
best.
it's not the best album.
Yes,
It's
but
not the best album, but that album can be very influential.
For
Yeah.
sure.
More
Definitely
so
a classic.
than-
Without a doubt,
you know
a
what I'm
classic.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Both Kendrick dropped 2 classics in a row, like that is crazy.
That's a
like,
hard thing to do as well.
yeah.
It's very hard to find a Kendrick track that I don't like or a feature that I don't
That's
like.
true.
Do you know what I mean?
He kills it all his
It takes your mind to an angle that you didn't think of. Like,
Yeah.
it was a different perspective, and I think that's why Kendrick is necessary.
Yeah.
So there's no song I don't like on them, but I'm not a big fan of Poetic Justice.
I like Poetic
I
Justice.
don't like Compton, so I just don't understand the vibe of it.
Compton's the one for me that stands out, and I'm a bit like, it's a bit out of place, but it's kind of a summary of the like Compton, like after it's kind of looking back on the reflection of the city he's from and like where this whole story took place. I think I love the way
and
he
the fact it's with Dre, who he's now signed with. I got that, but sonically it didn't seem to fit in with the rest of the album to me.
I love how he raps it as well. Obviously, it opens up with his mum calling about the van, and he's like, about the Domino's, and he's like, I'm sorry, and he's talking to his dad in the end of the album. He's like, I'm sorry about your homie. Doesn't even matter about the Domino's, and just love you, son, hangs up. Like, I thought that was like a nice sort of rap, bit of bow on it. The entire story's wrapped up.
And does it not end with like the first skit, or like leads in the last skits like leads into the first skit? If I remember that wrong.
I'm not too sure. I think that's Dan. Dan like loops like that, doesn't it?
I know Dan loops, but I thought the Butterfly kind of looped as well, or not the Butterfly. But no, that was just me misremembering it. Probably just have it on lips.
But yeah, classic album, like all around. So anything anyone else wants to say about it, we have to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Man.
Anything we need to talk about, anything else we want to go into here before we wrap it up?
I want to have this J. Cole off.
Right, okay.
Two
J. Cole
massive
off.
fans.
Oh shit! Didn't know
He
this
has
going
a-
down.
He has some questions. What do you?
Oh, damn.
What are you doing? Oh, you are they writing down the answers?
Yep.
Are we writing down answers?
No, you just.
Actually,
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are they writing them down? This is all.
You came prepared. You got 2 pens.
Hey, them man are prepared. You know?
I can pull out 2 pens. Bro.
Why do we have pens? It's audio based.
I don't know what we're
So there's no cheating. Going to ask the question. They're going right down,
Alright.
and then at the end they're going to get all the answers. And
Are dates involved in this?
No dates.
No.
Okay, first question. Well, kind of a date. No,
First
no.
question: who had the J. Cole tattoo?
What was the first single of 2014 for Shills Drive?
The first single.
Yeah, if you write down, then we'll go through.
You mean the first song on the album or the
First
first
song on
release
the-
single?
The first single released.
Right.
The first single released.
Yeah.
If you write it down, then we'll
He
go
said
through.
me these earlier, and I googled it and still couldn't find it out.
Oh shit!
I
I
know.
didn't even know you guys had this down.
I know that one to surprise you.
It's a motherfucker.
We're just occasionally gonna throw in a quiz every couple episodes now. Catch people off guard. What's the square root? What's
So you
the
sing
square root
like
of
J. Cole,
12?
huh?
With 2 big J. Cole fans here. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah.
How long is your answer?
He's writing every single song.
This essay is about.
That's
Okay.
Cool. That's cool.
Where was J. Cole born? Oh,
They both know this one.
Person knows this
Easy.
They
Timbuktu.
both know this one.
Timbuktu, bro. That's it.
Third
one.
and final.
Oh, final.
There's only 3 questions.
Just
That's
3.
right.
There's a tiebreaker if it comes to it.
Okay, he's prepared.
Who was the first rapper signed to Dreamville? This one could catch me out.
Oh. No, I'll take your answer here. I'll take this one too. Right, so Gershom is on my right hand, and then this is a proper.
Essay, see?
Why do you write an essay for this answer?
No, because I was just thinking of something that he actually
It's
said
somewhere.
himself. This is something he said himself. So
Dreamsville has
that
been an
confirmed it
influence
for
onto
me.
the musical
Okay,
society.
Cameron, read these are all very different answers in almost every question. So
Okay, so to the first question, the answer is apparently.
okay, both wrong. Rocky said that there was no single because his first single was on Born Sinner.
I could have swore he said that on the last live he did with Ari Lennox. He said the last time he did a single was Born Sinner Days.
Yeah.
See, I
I
think
know what you mean.
I think he might have released
And
a single
Cameron
after
loses
the
the
album came out.
quiz.
Yeah, it was after.
Probably, yeah.
I thought it was Wet Dreams.
So they get it both right? No, wrong?
Both wrong.
Both wrong.
Okay.
So they're both gonna get the middle question.
Next
right.
one.
Oh,
Where was
Argue.
J. Cole born?
Germany.
Yep.
Mhm.
And Gershom went Hamburg. To be more specific.
more specific.
It's Frankfurt.
Oh.
I just put Germany allowed it. I just put Germany allowed
I feel we will give him a half a bonus point if he got that right.
it.
But
Just put Germany
it's even.
allowed it.
It's even.
Okay, 1-1. 1-1.
So-
And he was the first artist.
Omen.
And Gershom's got it.
Yes,
Mm.
boy.
Oh.
I put Bass.
You got it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got
I
it
thought it was
straight off
Bass.
that
I
tattoo.
thought it was Bass because you know why?
Yeah.
Because the very first song I heard from Bass was Lit featuring J. Cole.
I saw that.
I
the
don't
first time I
remember.
heard that was live. Did it in Vicar Street in Dublin? I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
guy?
That's the first thing I said. I'm
Yeah.
like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
And then what they do? They did My Nigga Just Made Bail afterwards.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, that's when I started to listen to Bass.
Let's
So
get-
I didn't even know about I didn't even know who Oman was. I never heard of him. But I'll give you
I
a
know.
bonus chance here.
Yes, whoever says the answer first wins the entire quiz.
I was going to even. I was going to let him just even it.
buzzer.
This is the for Rocky to
Okay,
use the
just
score.
if you get it, then you win it.
Alright.
What
It's
is
a tie.
J. Cole's brother's name?
Oh, fuck.
15 seconds.
This was a hard one
Would
because
you be able to answer it?
This is a
Don't
tough
give us the
one.
answer, but you know it.
Got 5.
Straight guess, man.
3, 2, 1.
Jasenia.
Josh.
No, it's Zach.
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 Yeah, it was Zach. I remember that. Oh yeah.
So
Don't know what about Josh from.
we have enough to wrap it on that then? Is that everything we want to talk about?
I did.
Yeah, just
Hang on,
basically.
who won that? You won that? Well done,
You won
man.
that.
Well done, man.
Well done.
J. Cole, man.
Well done. Oh shit.
Well, at this stage, guys, if you guys want to start out your social media, so you want to go first, Rocky?
Yeah, you can actually find me Rocky THP on Instagram, Facebook, and if you wanna, well, I don't really use Snapchat, but you can find Snapchat Rocky_TGOD. So yeah.
And SoundCloud as well.
Yep.
Yeah, SoundCloud the same as well, Rocky THP. My EP Setbacks is out, so listen to that. If you don't like it, tell me. If you like it, do tell me. I appreciate whatever answers you got.
And Jules?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook on the Jules Nation, Instagram again under the same name. Twitter me. You can. Enough. Find me on SoundCloud, but right now I need to update that. So
Yeah.
mainly focus on Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook, and any other platform really, just under the same name.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But social media is the toughest thing to keep control of.
Yeah,
It's just like I look at my phone and I see a notification coming. I literally just throw my phone to the side, like,
Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming on for us. We appreciate you doing this.
Thank you very
Everyone,
much.
check out Banjaxed Records, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Yeah.
Video will have been dropped by the time this comes out.
Yep.
Go on the YouTube channel and check out Gersham's new song.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, thanks. Bye.
Boys.
Bye.
Thank you. So-